to our gentle flow this evening. If you would like, you can always sit on a block or a couple of blankets if that makes you feel a little bit higher up. The knees are a little bit too high. You can always bring the hips up a little bit higher off of the ground. That makes the spine a little bit straighter. And you're welcome to extend the legs out straight if that's even more comfortable for you. So we'll get started in our comfortable positions. You can even have your back against the wall if you're at home, and that's nice to just have that support on your back. Have a comfortable seat and gently close the eyes or find a place on the ground to fix your gaze. And we'll just start on the most subtle levels, starting to notice the sounds in the room. Maybe you hear some sounds outside. Then starting to focus on the temperature in the room, maybe even how the clothes feel. We'll start to tune inward. Notice the quality of the breath. Maybe even placing your hand on your heart, feeling the rate of your heart, and just feeling that quality of breath here. And on your next inhale, take a deep breath into your palm. As you exhale, imagine softening this space. Take a deep breath in, into the palm. Exhale, soften. And place the hand to the belly. This time taking a deep breath into the belly, pressing into the palm. As you exhale, draw the belly button in towards the spine. Take a full breath in, expand the belly. As you exhale, contract. One more inhale into the belly. And exhale all the way out. You can place both hands back to your lap, continuing that breath. And start to engage your Ujjayi breath. This is the controlled breathing called victorious breath. As you exhale, imagine your hand is a mirror and you're fogging that mirror in front of you. As you inhale, take that warm breath into the body. As you exhale, you'll create this ha sound. As you inhale, you'll recreate that same light whisper at the back of the throat, making a saw sound. And place your hands back to your lap, seal the lips closed, and move this breath gently in and out of the nose. Go with the natural rhythm of your breath in and out. And see if you can notice the sound of this breath. Sometimes it can be related to oceanic waves. You'll notice the warmth that it brings. This breath engages our parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and digest. So as we're taking care of ourselves on our yoga mat, we're doing a lot of repair and regeneration to our body. Utilize this breath throughout the whole practice today. We'll take just another deep breath here. You can keep your eyes open or keep them closed as you sweep your arms out to the sides of the body, up to the sky. Bring your palms to touch, big breath in. And as you exhale, flip your palms and sweep your arms down to the sides. Take an inhale, sweep the arms out and up, palms touch. Exhale, float the palms down, release to the sides. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, release. Placing the hands back to the lap. Start to draw your right ear to your right shoulder. An option to just stay right here, starting to subtly stretch the side of the neck. Option to reach left fingertips down to the ground, maybe even the fingertips off, but reaching the pinky back. An option to take the right hand to the left temple, imagining lengthening on each inhale, drawing the ear towards the shoulder on each exhale. Just creating a lot of space. Imagine these muscles softening. We'll release hands to left, take the left ear to left shoulder. An option to extend right arm down to the ground. Maybe bring the right fingertips towards the back of the room. Or maybe your left palm comes to the right temple. And listen into this side of the body. It may not necessarily be the same on this side. So taking those inhales to lengthen. Exhaling, softening. One more deep breath in. And on your exhale, bring your hands back to your heart center. Inhale, interlace your hands. And exhale, as you press your palms forward, scoop the belly slightly, bring the chin in. Inhale, reach the palms up to the sky. And exhale, release them back behind you, coming up onto fingertips. Draw the shoulder blades together and inhale, lift the heart. And your exhale, bring your hands back to your heart center. We'll flow a couple more times. Inhale, interlace hands. Exhale, press them away, round the spine. Inhale, bring palms up to the sky. Exhale, release hands down and back behind. Inhale, lift through the heart, shoulder blades together. Exhale, bring your hands back to your heart. Inhale, interlace hands. Exhale, press them away, scoop the belly. Inhale, reach the palms up. And exhale, hands back behind. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, hands back to your heart. This time we'll inhale, reach the arms out and up. We'll bend the right elbow, bring the hand right between the shoulders. Left hand can touch the right elbow here, lifting up nice and tall, shoulder blades roll back. Or option to take that left hand behind the back, interlacing the hands together. This is where you can have a strap between the hands if they don't connect. We're getting a nice stretch in the right tricep here. Keeping a few deep breaths as the chin is parallel to the ground. We'll take an inhale to release both arms back up. Exhale, bring your left hand right between the shoulder blades. Option to bring right hand to the left elbow as you sit up nice and tall. Or option to take your right arm back behind, interlace the hands, sitting up nice and tall with the spine. Use a strap if you need to between the two hands. Shoulder blades draw together, just softening the face. Inhale, reach both arms up. And placing the left hand down. Take an inhale, reach tall with your right arm. Exhale, bend your left elbow and sweep right arm up and over. So find a gentle gaze here. You can either look straight ahead, down. If you like, you can look up. But just imagine a lot of length as you inhale. And keep that length as you're laterally stretching over towards the left. Inhale, come all the way up. Place your right hand back behind you. Inhale, lift tall with the left arm. And exhale, stretch, bend the right elbow, opening up through the left side body. And again, find the gaze where it's most comfortable. Down at the ground, straight ahead, up towards the sky, and where that feels good. Good. Inhale, come all the way up. Interlace your hands behind your back. If you don't have a strap between your hands and you're feeling this more in the elbows, just give the elbows a good bend and draw the shoulder blades together as close as you can. If you have a strap, you might be able to walk the hands away from the tailbone and maybe even hands away from each other. So there's a few different variations here, and you'll know how that feels because we're stretching through the front body here. Good, so hands can come right behind the back, bend the elbows if you feel any pulling or discomfort. We'll take another full breath here. Inhale, open the arms out wide. Exhale, give yourself a hug. Right arm on top of the left. Hands can touch the backs of your shoulders. You can bring the backs of your hands to touch, or even if you like the palms to touch. Draw the chin in, releasing the back of the neck, the upper back muscles, and the stretch. Take an inhale, open the arms out wide. Exhale, cross your left arm on top of right. Hands can touch the backs of your shoulders, backs of the hands, or maybe even palms to touch. Draw your chin into the chest, stretching the back of the neck. Okay, take an inhale, open the arms out wide. Exhale, spinal twist, bring your left hand to your right knee. Right hand walks behind. Take an inhale as you lift up nice and tall through the crown of your head. Exhale, draw the belly button in, rotate from the core to look towards the right. Full breath in. Exhale, arms out and twist to the opposite side. Right hand to left knee, left hand walks behind. Lengthen up tall on your inhale, using the core muscles to twist on the exhale. Take one more inhale. Open the arms out and bring them back to the hands. We're going to come into a tabletop position. So come in, hands directly under the shoulders, hips over the knees. And that might feel better to tuck the toes here. Look straight down at the ground. We'll start to warm up the spine, taking some cow-cats. Your inhale, start to lower the belly down towards the ground as you lift the tailbone up towards the ceiling. Exhale as you draw cat pose, chin and tailbone in towards the midline of the body. Inhale, soften belly down, looking forward or maybe even slightly up. Exhale, drawing that gaze back to the belly button, around the spine. Inhale, lower belly. And exhale, curl and round. And take another couple of these on your own, matching your inhalation to lower the belly. Exhale to curl and round. Maybe even just find your eyes closed and a quiet moment here to connect to that breath. I'm going to take one more each way. a neutral spine. Take a thread the needle pose. Keep your left palm onto the ground. Inhale, reach tall with the right fingertips. Exhale, thread the needle, slide the back of your palm, coming all the way down to the right cheek and shoulder. Left hand can stay right here, propping you up. Or you can extend your left arm to the top of the mat and just feel that stretch, maybe down the back on the left side. Gently bring the left hand back underneath the shoulder, press into the left palm, and inhale to send the right fingertips back up to the sky. Exhale, come back to a tabletop. Keep your right hand on the ground. Inhale, sweep the left fingertips up tall. Exhale, thread the needle. Back of the hand slides all the way through, and coming gently to the left cheek and shoulder. Option to keep the right hand right underneath the shoulder, or slide the right hand to the top of the mat. Keeping the hips lifted in the sky. And just feeling this nice shoulder stretch here. And gently bring the right palm back underneath the shoulder. Press into the right palm. Inhale, sweep the left fingertips up. Exhale, back to tabletop. We're going to take a calf stretch here. Start to take the right leg back behind you and come up onto the tippy toes. We're going to take slight movements here, so you're going to just start to shift back as your heel guides down towards the mat. And as you inhale, your foot will just come back to neutral. As you exhale, press into the heel, see if you can guide it down towards the mat. And inhale, coming back. Your exhale here, just pause and hold this a moment. Take a couple of breaths, stretching into those calves. Look straight down at the ground. Inhale. Your exhale, bend your right knee, bring it back to tabletop. Extend your left leg out, again coming up onto the tippy toes here. Take an inhale. As you exhale, gently guide the left heel as much as you can towards the mat. Deep stretch. Inhale, bring the foot back to neutral, straight up and down. Exhale, heel down. Inhale, back to neutral. Exhale, pause here, just a couple of breaths, really feeling that stretch. One more inhale. Exhale to bend left knee, return to tabletop. Child's pose, big toes come together to touch. You can start with knees together. Take your glutes on top of your heels and walk your hands out in front of you. If you're familiar with child's pose and it feels better to walk the knees apart, and then you'll just start to, again, sink down into the heels. You'll feel a deeper stretch in the back. Find your comfort level here. Take a few deep breaths. Feeling that belly expand on your inhale and contract on your exhale. We'll take a lateral stretch on this side. Walk your hands over towards the right. Place your hand on top of the right hand. See if you can keep your glutes close to the heels, your forehead to the ground. You can always bring a blanket behind the knees if this is more comfortable for you. Walk your hands towards the middle. And over towards the left, lateral side stretch over to the left. Opening up through the right side body. Taking a few deep breaths here. And inhale, walk your hands back towards the middle. And come back up to tabletop position, hands and knees. We're going to bring the knees together. Tuck your toes, and we're going to come into Vajrasana. So this is a really great calf stretch. Move slowly. You can come up onto the fingertips, and you're just going to come to sit on your heels. So if that feels okay, we're just going to bring the body back upright. Because you're going to feel that in the quads and the calves. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, bend the elbows and engage the upper back. Inhale, reach the fingertips up. Exhale, bend, squeezing the shoulders together. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, bend. Inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, bring your hands back to your heart center and return to tabletop position. So if you need to tap out the toes, you can tap out the toes a little bit. We're going to come into a low lunge. Step your right foot a little bit wider out. So just so that the two hands are inside of the foot here. And you can stay here, you can start to slide the left toes back, however that feels good. And we're just starting to open up the hip flexors here. So you can keep a straight gaze down. Starting to breathe into those hamstrings, into the hip flexors. We'll take one more full breath. And then coming back into tabletop position, hands and knees, maybe even sitting back into a child's pose, or if you like, you can take some circles with your tabletop. So you can create circles forward and back if that feels good. So either variation, tabletop, circles, or child's pose. We'll all just meet back in our tabletop position. We're going to take a wide step with the left leg. So the left leg is going to come outside of the pinky toe here. And then start to either stay here, just sinking a little bit deeper, or you can slide the right toes back. Have your shoulders right over the wrists, and this is where having a block can be helpful. And just make sure that your knee is behind the toes here. Taking a straight gaze down, neutral neck. For some of us who may have been in a car or in a chair, this is a really great stretch to counteract that contraction in the hips. And take one more deep breath. Return back to tabletop position, hands and knees. And again, you can either take to those circles, or if you'd rather just come into a child's pose, maybe slow down the breath. And go the opposite direction with your circles. Come back to a neutral tabletop. Tuck your toes. We're going to come into one downward facing dog just as a transition to step to the top of the mat. So start to lift the knees off of the mat, hips back, bend the knees deeply. I'm going to inhale, lift at the top of the mat. Exhale, lift the knees bent. Start to walk the feet behind the wrists. Keep the knees bent and just fold forward here. Chin into the chest. If that feels good, you can always take hands to opposite elbows, sway side to side. Maybe even nodding the head a little bit. Just trying to loosen up these muscles, bringing them some more. We'll slowly come back into stillness. Reach the fingertips to the ground. You'll toe your feet together to touch. Keep a bend in your knees and inhale slowly to come up. We're going to stand in a mountain pose here, feeling a little bit grounded into the feet. Big toes touch, heels can be slightly apart. Lift up tall with the spine, shoulders back and down. Draw the pelvis under so that the whole spine is neutral here. You can even close your eyes if you like or continue to look at the ground. Now shift your weight forward into the fronts of the toes, back into the heels, and find the center of your feet. Shift slightly to the outside edge of the left foot, over towards the right, and return back to the center of your feet. See if you can sense your whole body centering perfectly over the feet. Engage your legs, glutes, abdomen, chest and back muscles. So you reach your fingertips to the ground. Keeping the whole body active and engaged as we lengthen and deepen your breath. We'll take one more breath, feeling even more grounded as we press into the earth. On your exhale, bring your hands to your heart and open your eyes. We'll take a couple of half sun salutes. Inhale, sweep your arms out to the sides, up to the sky. Exhale, bend your knees and fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Bring your palms to the shins. Lengthen the spine, straight gaze down. Take another inhale. Exhale, bend your knees and fold forward. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Reach your arms out and up. Exhale, bring your hands back to your heart. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale, halfway, palms to shins, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, hands back to your heart. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, bend and fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, bend and fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, out and up. Exhale your hands to your heart. And again, just take a moment to pause here. Place your hands to your hips and step your left leg out wide so we come into a wide leg forward fold. The distance between your feet is up to you, how that feels. Line your inner arches of your feet. This is where a block may be handy that you can have on the ground in front of you. Inhale, hands to hips, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bend your knees, coming into a forward fold. Hands can come down to a block or the mat. Keep the knees slightly soft, so even if they're straight, just make sure there's a slight softness to the knees. Inhale, lengthen the spine, come up a little bit. See if you can grow in the spine, the shoulders away from the ears. As you exhale, keep the knees bent, fold forward. Maybe the chin comes in towards the chest. Forward folds are a really great stretch for the back, but they're also really calming to the mind. So they're always a good pose to do before bed. We'll take one more breath. With your knees bent, place your hands to your hips and inhale slowly to come all the way up. Heel toe your feet together to touch. Now come towards the top of the mat. Press your hands to your heart. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, bend the knees and fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your palms, step back to plank. Take another full inhale. Exhale, gently lower to the knees. Bend your elbows so that the chest chin comes down to the mat. Inhale, slide to the belly and just pause here for a moment. Connect to the breath. In your next breath, tuck your toes so that your quadriceps are active. Then we're going to keep the quadriceps off of the mat, hands are directly underneath the shoulders, and draw in the shoulder blades, active triceps. As you inhale, we're going to lift the chest slightly off of the ground for cobra. So the upper back is doing a lot of work. We're still keeping a lot of space in the spine. Hold this another inhale. Exhale, lower all the way back down. We're going to move into Sphinx pose. Bring your toes to touch the ground. This time come up onto the forearms. A good distance apart from the hands is if you can touch your elbows still. If you can't, you may need to draw them in just a little bit closer. Bring your palms down to the ground. As you inhale, imagine lengthening the spine, growing a little taller in the crown of the head. You can bring your big toes together to touch. Inner thighs are working. This is another really healthy pose for the spine. We'll take one more inhale. Exhale, we'll come into a restorative pose, crocodile. So this time bringing the forearms across. And you can rest your forehead down to the back of your hand. We're just letting the back soften here. Take one more full round of breath. On your next inhale, we'll come back to bring the hands right underneath the shoulders, moving into tabletop position, hands and knees. And we're going to swing onto one side of the hip to come into bound angle pose. If you need to, sit on a blanket here, get the hips up a little bit higher. Bring the soles of your feet together to touch. Your heels can come in close to the body, or if it's more comfortable in the hips, walk them further away. Hands on the outsides of your feet, or maybe even the shins. Take a deep breath in, lengthen the spine. Exhale, just slightly hinging forward until you start to feel that the structure of the back is still strong. If you start to round too much in the spine just to get the heart down, just come back up, re-engage the spine. Keep the chin soft. Nice hip opener here. We're going to take one more deep breath. to sit back upright. We're going to come into separate leg stretch, Janu Shirshasana. Keep your right foot in and extend the left leg out. If you have your strap, you can place that on the arch of your left foot here. And if your right knee or hip is up a little too high, you can always slide a blanket to support that knee. Keep a slight or deep bend to the left knee. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Your exhale, a slight twist towards the left thigh and fold forward so the torso is going right over the left thigh. So if your hands don't touch the arch of your foot, hold on to your strap here. Lengthen the spine on your inhale. Exhale as you delve a little bit deeper. This is another variation of a forward fold. Very calming for the nervous system at the end of the day. So you can keep the shoulders away from the ears. Relax the belly. On your next breath, place the strap off of the foot. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, hands to your sides. Bring the right sole of your foot on the ground so that the right knee is upright. Okay. Take an inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, twist. Right hand behind you, left arm around the right knee. Okay. Inhale, lengthening the spine, drawing that twist from the core. So if you're not looking too far over the right shoulder, that's okay. Create this movement with the spine, with the core. Keep your left quadricep active and the toes flexing towards the ceiling. One more inhale. Exhale to gently unwind. We'll bring your right leg straight. Bend your left knee. Bring the left foot to the inner right thigh. Use a strap if needed for the arch of your right foot. Prop under the left knee if needed. Flex that right quad, but keep just a slight or deep bend to the right knee. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, slight twist towards the right thigh and fold all the way forward. Holding on to the arch of the foot, the strap. If you don't have a strap, you can always hold on to the thigh or calf. Imagine lengthening on each inhale, shoulders away from the ears. Each exhale, just going a little bit deeper into that fold. And gently taking the strap off the arch of the right foot. Inhale, reach the fingertips up. Exhale, hands to the sides. Coming into our twist on the opposite side. Left foot comes to the mat, left knee to the ceiling. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, twist. Left hand comes behind, taking the right arm to hug the left knee in. Keep your right quadricep active, flexing the right toes, lifting up nice and tall through the crown of the head. And exhaling, just glancing as much as you can towards the left. And take one more full breath in. Exhale to unwind, extend both legs straight out. Slight or deep bend to the knees. Use a strap if you like for our seated forward fold. As you inhale, lengthen the spine. Reach the fingertips up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. See if you can keep your feet flexed, quadriceps active. This stretches really nicely into the hamstrings. One more deep breath. Inhale, reach the fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, sweep your hands down. Come into a bridge pose. Bend your knees and gently guide yourself all the way down to the mat. Once you're all the way down to the ground, bring your feet directly underneath the knees and your feet hip-width apart. Scoop the belly so that you start to have the whole small of the back onto the ground. And let's just make sure that we're keeping the hips open as we inhale. Start to lift the glutes off of the mat and the hips up to the sky. So we want to keep that small tuck so we're opening up the hip flexors here. If you need to, you can always place your thumbs to the back of the hips here, or you can interlace your hands and start to work the shoulder blades underneath, drawing the knuckles towards the backs of the heels. Continue to breathe here, just in neutral neck, looking straight up at the ceiling. Take one more full breath in. And as you exhale, gently lower all the way down, nice and slow. Inhale, hug the knees into the chest. Continue to breathe as you rock from side to side. Your left foot on the ground, and you can extend that left leg all the way straight if that feels okay here. Take your strap and place it to the arch of your right foot. Gently and slowly start to straighten the right leg so the heel goes towards the ceiling. You might have a really deep bend to the knee depending on how tight the hamstrings are. We'll just take a couple of stretches here. So start to flex the toes in towards your face. And then start to point the toes up towards the ceiling. Flex the toes towards the face. Point the toes up. Flexing in. Pointing up. And this last time, keep the foot flexed, and we're going to again feel that in that calf here, in the hamstring, just a really nice stretch. Take one more full breath. Your next exhale, bend your right knee in towards the midline of the body. Bend your left knee so that your foot is on the mat. We'll rotate from the right hip and bring your right foot onto the left thigh. Keep your foot flexed here. And you can keep your left foot on the ground if that feels good. Maybe even just placing your right hand on the inner right thigh, avoiding the knee. Maybe just helping that hip to open up a little bit. If it feels even better, you can take the left foot off of the ground, interlace hands behind the hamstring. Just keep both feet flexed if that left foot is off of the ground. Another external hip rotator here, opening up and stretching. One more full breath here. And gently lower the left foot down if you've had that onto the thigh. And then draw the right knee in, just give it a slight hug and take the strap off of your right foot. Gently place your right foot back down to the ground and hug your left knee in, bringing the strap to the arch of the left foot. And if that feels okay in the body, you can straighten the right leg all the way out, but it's okay to keep it bent. We're going to straighten the left leg, and you may have a really deep bend to the left knee here, that's okay. We're going to take a few movements here, starting to flex the toes in towards the face. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, point the toes away. Inhale, flex the toes in. Exhale, pointing towards the ceiling. Inhale in. Exhale, point. This last inhale will hold the toes, flexing towards the face. Holding this just a couple of breaths again. Knee may be really bent here. One more inhale. As you exhale, bend the left knee back into the middle of the body. Bend your right knee, foot comes to the mat. Rotating from the left external hip, foot comes to the top of the right thigh. Flex the left foot in. And then you can either take the left hand, just gently roll the leg out. Or if you like, you can take the right foot off of the mat, interlace your hands, flex the right toe in, and just draw the knees closer to the body. This is your practice. This is your time to stretch how that feels good. Take a few breaths here. Release the strap off of the left foot. Place the right foot down and hug your left knee into the body. And gently bring the left foot down to the ground. And if that feels good, walk the feet out a little bit wider and we'll windshield wiper the knees side to side to release the hips. So just go nice and slow with this movement. Maybe inhaling off to one side. Exhaling off to the other. After your last exhale, just hug your knees back into the midline of the body. Moving into a spinal twist, knees will come off to the right side of the body all the way down. Use a blanket if needed underneath the right knee. And just make sure that the knees are coming in towards the belly button as much as possible. Either giving yourself a hug with the left arm. If that feels good, open the left arm out. Looking towards the left shoulder, left hand. And just take a few deep breaths here, releasing the low back. breath here. Inhale, hug both knees back into the middle of the body. Exhale, spinal twist to the left. Knees come in as close as possible to the belly. Either give yourself a hug with the right arm or open the right arm out like a big T. And just looking over the right shoulder, maybe even just closing down the eyes. And then taking that right arm back to hug in, and then bring the right palm to the ground. Push the right palm and come all the way back to a seat. We're going to practice our pranayama, which is breath control here. We're choosing alternate nostril breath. So be comfortable here if you need to sit back onto a blanket, if you need to have your back against the wall. Just be really comfortable here. So you're going to take your right hand and fold over the index and middle finger. And you're going to have your thumb to close off the right nostril, and then your ring and pinky will close off the left. So we'll start by closing the right nostril off, taking an inhale through the left nostril, and then taking the ring and pinky on the outside of the left nostril to exhale through the right. We'll take an inhale slowly through the right. Taking your thumb to the outside of the right and exhaling through the left. And that is one full cycle while you inhale starting on the left, exhaling on the right, inhaling right, exhaling left. That will be one full cycle. Go slowly through this breath cycle here. So we'll practice now together, closing off the right nostril with the thumb. Inhale very slowly and gently. You should almost not even be able to hear your breath as you inhale through the left. Close off the left nostril. Exhale slowly, gently through the right. Inhale slowly, gently through the right. Close off the right nostril with the thumb and exhale through the left nostril. Inhale slowly through the left. Close off with the ring and pinky finger. Exhale through the right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Practice this 3 more times. When you end on your left, just place your hands back to your lap. So go at your own pace, inhaling through the left. Exhaling through the right. Again, just being gentle, not forcing. Inhale through the right. Exhaling left. 2 more times on your own. When you've exhaled the last on the left, place your hands back to your lap and just gently sit for one moment. And we'll gently make our way into our final resting posture, coming to lie all the way down to the ground, in whatever comfortable position for you. You can roll the towel for the back of the neck, maybe the lumbar. Start to soften the space between your eyebrows. Relax down the jaw. Relax the throat, chest, and tops of the shoulders. Relax both arms, both hands. Relax the backs of your shoulders, middle of the back, low back. Relax the muscles in your stomach, coming back to a natural rhythm of your breath. Relax the glute muscles, both legs, both feet. And to relax the whole body. Begin to deepen your breath. Bring movement to your fingers and toes. Gently reach your arms overhead for a stretch. Rolling the wrists and ankles. Hug your knees into the middle of your body. And slowly come to one side in a fetal position. When you're ready, slowly come up to a seated position. Thank you all so much for practicing with me this evening.